What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel, man. Today I'm feeling a little bit better and I want to make some progress on the right hand drive wagon. In the last 2 weeks I haven't done much here in the garage at all. Last week I just spent more days sleeping, just giving my body the rest that it needs, and I've just kind of been in and out of the garage, just, you know, looking around, just moving things around, cleaning up, and just really sitting on my camping chair and kind of assessing everything going on in my life, you know what I'm saying? So I do have one more appointment in 2 days just to get myself thoroughly checked out, make sure we're all good and dandy to be back here in the garage. Honestly, I'm just trying to get back into the work motion. I'm not trying to lose my momentum, and I'm really just trying to pick back up where we left off. Just got back from a couple of store runs. I'm gonna go pick up some personal items, some stuff we're gonna be using in today's video. Also went to the storage unit to drop off the tires, the seats that came out of the KRX, and also the roll cage that we failed to install into the sedan. I put it all back in the storage because we're not gonna need any of those, and also give me a lot of space for having all the stuff that we're not going to be needing put away into the storage. Opens up so much space here, which is much more pleasing to my eyes because I'm tired of seeing all the cluster of things just piled up for no apparent reason. And just a few more things I need to clean up over there, but definitely looking a lot better. In the last wagon update, we made the downpipe for the turbo setup, and we also made the T for the new location for the heater hoses. Today I went to the parts store to get some heater hoses in hopes of routing the heater hoses in place so we can position the wastegate to make our dump tube. All right, so if you guys remember, I made this T using the old water tube from a spare that I had, and I guess you can call it a J or a Y or whatever the case may be, but a T fitting that kicks this barb off towards the transmission, so that way the hose isn't like, you know, if this was an actual T, it would be coming out like this. So I kicked it out to where it's going to run in line with everything to go to the heater core back here. The original port was blocked off right here, right? And this is in line with this guy, which is connected to here. So the heater hose is going to go from here. It's going to route along with this bottom one right here, and they're going to be tied together to go to the firewall. And the two hoses that I picked up, I literally went over there, I told them 5/8 hose, and went to the back and told them, not car specific, I just need something that's a 90 and then it's super long. So this is a 90, super duper long, although it is two different sizes, but because I have this bead roll, it makes it harder for the 5/8 to go on. So if you look here, you can see it's kind of bulging a little bit. So this one is a bigger one, and part number for this 28479, and then the 5/8 is 28471. So I want to say I'm probably going to use the 5/8 on this water tube and then the bigger one for this one here. So right now I'm gonna go ahead and pop this one off, since we're not gonna be using this one anymore because it is going between all the hot parts and I don't want anything to melt the hose. So I'm gonna pop this off and then figure out how we're gonna route these two new ones right here. It kind of sucks, I already cut the heat sleeve to the length of this guy, which makes it short. Now this one right here is larger than the 5/8, so that means this one's going to get wormed down a little bit more, just so it can be nice and snugged on these barbs, which are typically for the 5/8. So this one should fit no problem. This one right here is going to be a little bit loose, and I need to figure out how much I need to cut because this is a little too long. I'm thinking at least 2 inches. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut these two right here so we can route them in place without the worm clamp, just to make sure everything reaches where it needs to go. Then we'll tighten it all down. But yeah, like I said, when you figure out what you want to do with your all-wheel drive shit, bro, let me know. I'll make that call. And then you said you've been working on it last week as well too?
A little bit last week, but mostly this past 3 to 4 days.
Hey bro, I'm telling you, man, give it a couple more days. Not even a couple more days, bro. You said what? Engine harness, half shaft axle,
and that's it.
You already got fluids and everything?
Yeah, I got everything.
Radiators,
right
everything's all hooked up?
Yeah, everything's all right there. I got everything.
Bro,
So like
what time is it? Man, I could probably still work on the car. You got flashlights, right, bro?
Yeah, I got.
And you still got my flashlight.
I got your flashlight, your headband flashlight.
I still have a brand new one right there.
Oh.
Yeah. That's the one they sent to the P.O. box that I thought it was one, but it ended up being
like
2.
I said, by Friday, I mean, shit, dude, that should be turned on by Friday.
Dog, tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow's Thursday.
That's what I'm
bro,
saying.
you know what? I thought today was fucking Thursday, bro.
No. He's like, bro, that's only one day. No.
No, that's good then. You've been chipping at it and shit, and before you know it, bro, that shit's gonna be, it's gonna turn over.
Hell yeah.
So last night I cut 2 inches off the legs of the 90 bend on the heater hose, and reason for that is because when I install it, I wanted to be tucked close to the firewall to pull it away from all the hot parts of the turbo kit. We will have heat wrap on the downpipe, the dump tube, and I will order a turbo blanket just to contain the heat a little bit more. The homie Mondo also came by last night to pick up some things to finish up his CRX, hopefully by tomorrow. If you guys don't remember Mondo, he had that white CRX that I did the turbo kit on, non-VTEC, and the motor let go like 6 months ago, and he ended up putting a stock LS motor in the car just to get it going, but this time with an all-wheel drive trans. So we're gonna be working on his car soon to start doing all the all-wheel drive stuff until the new built motor is ready to go, and then he'll do the turbo kit. But for right now, he just wants to get the car up and going, and at least do all the all-wheel drive stuff to steady making progress. So last night he came over and hung out with me, and we kind of got lost in the sauce, so I didn't really do too much last night. But we're back now, and what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take the turbo off. With the turbo out of the way, I can see where I can route the wastegate dump tube, and hopefully make that today. So I'm just gonna pop the turbo off. It's only held on by 2 bolts and the V-band, so should be fairly easy to remove. I noticed this the other day. I didn't realize that I am missing my feed fitting for the turbo, which is a restrictor, because this is a true ball bearing. I don't know where it went. I don't know what car I'd use it on, because none of my cars use a restrictor for the turbo, and I'm gonna need to find it or order a new one. Probably gonna order a new one just because there are a lot of fittings that I need to order as far as water line goes, my breather catch can, because these are red. I want to change it all to black, so I'm gonna have to put together a list so I can order everything from the homie B&R Fittings. I'm probably gonna change the fuel pressure regulator as well too, because this faithful eBay one has been on the car since 2013, and I don't know how I feel about it these days. So I know it works, but I might just change it out just cause. Turbo. All right, so we have the wastegate exposed and a better line of sight to where we could route our dump tube for the wastegate. And I need to install the heater hoses first to see where these guys route through, whether it's around, underneath, over, whatever, to figure out spacing, to decide if I'm gonna go backwards with the wastegate dump, going down that way, or if I need to route it going down and then going between the motor mount and then over the transfer case this way. Right now I'm not going to be running any worm clamps or any heat sleeving. I'll explain a little bit later. Right now I just want to fit everything up just for fitment. This actually slips right over so easily because it's larger than 5/8. And what's the best way to route this? Definitely not over the wastegate, because that's in between the hot parts between the wastegate body and the turbo itself. So it looks like we're just going to go underneath. Okay, something like that. Hopefully this is long enough to even get under the intake manifold. It looks like the freaking hose is a perfect length to go from the core around the wastegate and then straight into the barb. If I had moved the T-fitting more closer to the water neck, I probably would have more space, more slack, but kind of did that blindly without having the hose beforehand. But it looks like that will work. I don't know how I feel about this super duper long heater hose, but I'm trying to keep heater in the car, so you gots to do what you gots to do. Okay, I mean that's at least an 1.5 inches away from the downpipe, which is going to be heat wrapped, so I'm not too worried about it. But where's this one's going to route? Let's figure it out. Let's see. This one's going to have a weird S bend because the water tube is on the cylinder head and not further up. Okay, well, the good thing is that these two can route in line with each other. What I can do, what's good is these two are running in line with each other parallel. I can probably get like one of those like OEM clips that clips the heater hoses together, or get one of those AN fitting tie downs or strap downs or whatever. You can just tie these two together, or I can just zip tie it, whatever makes it easy, just so that they can stay together and move together. But it looks like I can route this one in no problem. All I got to do is trim it down to fit, which will give me about 6 or 7 inches extra on the heater hose. But I'm not going to cut it right now. Right now I'm just going to leave it in place just so I can use it as reference to make my dump tube for the wastegate. So I'm just going to go ahead and route these kind of where it's going to go. So something like that, and then actually we got a lot of space to do the dump tube down or over, so that's good. So I found my old dump tube for this car that was out the hood. If you guys don't remember, I used to have an up pipe right here, and I took it out a couple of years ago, and it had a flange on it. So I cut the flange off. I'm gonna go ahead and just bolt it up, and then figure out the length that I need for the 90, so I can make it a one-time cut on the fresh piping that Just Take sent me, so I don't go messing it up. I'm gonna go ahead and just put this on. I did just tack weld the nut to the back of the clamp, so that way I'm only using the Allen to tighten down the clamp instead of the 8mm on the opposite side. I did think about tying the dump tube into the downpipe and have it recirculated, but I think I'm more comfortable if I had a secondary flange on the bellow instead of straight up hard mounted to the downpipe, and I would have to take off the wastegate and the downpipe at the same time if I wanted to remove the hot part. So instead, I'm just going to do open atmosphere as always. So we have the wastegate positioned and tightened down a little bit. We have the dump tube all made up, and I was being stubborn, not wanting to use the second 90-degree bend that I had. Decided to just use one and then save the other one for later for, I don't know, something else. And I often use pieces of an old dump tube. This piece right here is an old unit, and the attachment down there to make it clear the transfer case is part of the old dump tube as well. But this whole section and these pies are part of the brand new, and I ended up just doing pies instead of cutting up the other 90 to put it right there. So this clears the half shaft by a finger. It clears the transfer case by finger, and we have maybe an inch plus between the downpipe and the dump tube, where the return line actually can snake between there, or it can go backward if I wanted to. But that right there comes up to right here, and this is going to go in between the dump tube right here to go up to the turbo, which sits about right there. So the dump tube fits, looks good, and now I'm going to pop it off and TIG weld it entirely. All right, guys, so we have the dump tube all welded up. Just want to give you guys a look before I put it on the wastegate so it can cool off right here on the flange because it is hot, but not too shabby. I mean, out of all the pies, I only have one that had a little bit more gap, but everything else had a tight gap. So if you look on the inside, no back purge, not a lot of sugar coating, not too shabby. I'm actually pretty happy with how this turned out, although I always try to stay away from pies. If I can get the material to do so, I'll use the bend instead of making a bunch to make a bend. But this time around, I just wasn't really trying to use that spare one. But anyways, regardless, we got it all done, and this thing is ready to go onto the wastegate to cool off, even though it's going to come back out anyways. So I'm going to go ahead and just bolt this up. All right, guys, so I've been laying on my engine for like 35 minutes, just kind of going over everything that I'm going to need or I want to change. So I have a little post-it right here where I wrote down everything that I may be needing, and I'm going to finalize this list so I can hit up the homie Brian for B&R Fittings. I actually just got off the phone with him, and he has like everything in stock. So once I finalize the list, I'll place that order so we can have it all come in and have it on deck for when we need to change or fix the stuff in the engine bay. I guess this is all we're going to do for the video, which was buying the heater hoses, the part number I'm showing you guys. Those ended up working out for us, and then making the dump tube for the wastegate, which is currently still bolted down. It's already cooled off, but we're gonna pop it off later. I did say I wanted to do the charge pipe, but I only have like 3/4 of a rod, and that's not enough to do what I need to do. Plus I don't have the coupler that I want to change out for the new turbo position to the charge pipe, so I guess we'll deal with that later as well too. But I decided that I want to pull the engine out of the car. After laying on there and just kind of assessing everything in the engine bay, I just want to pull the engine out just so I can clean everything and also make it easier to inspect the transmission and clutch. Instead of sitting there hanging over the tower of the car in the bay trying to hang a transmission on and off, I'd rather just pull the whole entire thing out and just make it easier to take it apart, and also clean the long block itself. May even paint it, because if I'm gonna put it back in the wagon, if I'm already doing all this work, I may as well make it look clean again, because eventually I want to make the body of the car clean again, just not right now. But if I'm already working in the engine bay, I may as well make it clean as I go. So I want to pop the engine out soon and just kind of refresh the engine a little bit, transmission, the engine bay itself, probably the subframe too, because I saw some paint peel off and some rust kind of forming down there. I want to clean that up as well too, and it'll also make it easier as well for when I assess the brake setup, because I'm going to be taking out the booster delete and putting a booster and master back in it, so I got to place that order as well too. But there's going to be a lot that's going to be changing in the bay, so I figured, you know what, when the engine's out of the car, it'd be easier to work around the bay entirely. So soon we'll pop the engine out of the car. But yeah, anyways, that's gonna be it for this video, really. But before we cap this video out though, I did get 2 packages from the P.O. box, and I finally went and got it because it showed up like 2 weeks ago, but finally made time to go get it. If you guys don't remember, I had bought some TE37s brand new, and I bought them in a color that comes with red stickers and red valve stems, and I don't really want to rock the red valve stems. So I originally was going to order black, but one of the guys from the NorCal Civics owners was selling his because he thought the rays would fit his other brand wheel, which it didn't. So he ordered the correct one, and then he had these up for sale for much cheaper than if I was to buy brand new. So I ended up copying these brand spanking new valve stems that he bought from JHP USA. These showed up to the P.O. box, and it's just been there for like 2 weeks. So got some brand new ones right here for when I get tires mounted on my TEs. We'll have some blue stems instead of red. I also need to order the OG stickers because I don't like the TE37 SL stickers. So I'm probably gonna order those in black hopefully soon as well too. And then I got this package that arrived in a P.O. box also 2 weeks ago. This right here came from the homie Osball. Definitely one of the regs in the Instagram live stream, and I finally went and got it. He told me on the live stream, he was like, check your P.O. box. I saw something that you said you needed. And I was like, what do I need? So He sent this package right here, and I mean, I'm gonna say right off the bat, this is literally in a shoebox, so I'm kind of curious to see what's inside. Lost my razor blade, so I got this Stanley boo-boo looking one. But you guys already know what the deal is, man. Cut away from yourself, not towards yourself. My guy. No mames, fool. Yo, hey, yo, hey, yo. Oh man, we got this crazy note that's written on the box right here. So let me read this out real quick, and I'm gonna show you guys what Osball sent to the PO box. From Osball, I think, hope you wear a 9.5. If not, hope you can find good use for these. This color reminded me of your wagon, which is the first thing I noticed. I also make keychains called Monkey Fist. The gray one has 9-ounce weight for wagon. The white one has a wooden ball, maybe for the H2B. The strap does adjust. Keep up the great work and much love, bro. IG Osball, YouTube also Osball, and his Pinterest is also Aussie Paleo. P.S. Don't forget to cut away from yourself and not towards yourself. My guy, you guys know I rock Pumas, and my last set of Pumas, which I'm still hoarding it. I tore the hell out of my shoes, and Osball hooked it up with some freaking new set of Pumas, and this definitely does remind me of my wagon, black and gray. Guys, this goes hard, dude. This goes hard, dude. I appreciate this. I don't know if I fit 9.5, because I know that the 10.5 is loose with my toes, but I ain't never tried a 9.5. I don't think I'll fit it, but we'll definitely find a good use for it. And then we got a little bag right here that has Gordon utility knife. My guy, it's not in the package. Where is it? Just playing. It's right here. My guy, I appreciate this. Thank you. He literally engraved it. It says cut away from yourself. My dude, just a reminder, guys, cut away from yourself, not towards yourself. Actually, you know what, I feel like I got a new pill in my pocket. This will definitely help me keep track. You guys can't see it, but look at that. Sick. What else we got in here? Bro, I don't remember the last time I seen lemon heads. The ice cream man hadn't been here in a long time. He said this right here is a 9.3 ounce weight for the wagon. Golly. Sick. And then this one here is a wooden ball, and this will probably be for the H2B car. Put that on there. All right, appreciate that. Oh, look at this. I have all of the blades for this, but I don't have the actual body. So this right here is this is the safetier one. And then right here we have 10-pack utility blade. I literally in the trash can over there, so big shout out for that. Osball, I appreciate you. I've seen all the thanks, the super thanks you sent in the comments. I really do truly appreciate you from the bottom of my heart, and also on all the live streams that you join. You always buy badges, and you have been the greatest support of all. I mean, I'm not gonna like, you know, I just want to say, man, Oswald, thank you. I just want to say, Oswald, man, thank you for the support, truly. I've seen all the thanks. I've seen all the badges you purchased in the live streams and stuff, and all the gifts you have sent to me, man. I really do truly appreciate you from the bottom of my heart, man. You already know how it is. You guys already know how it goes. Anything that gets sent to the P.O. box, we will try our best to utilize everything and anything that comes through. So anyways, guys, we're gonna wrap it up for this video. I hope you guys enjoy a little bit of progress update on the right-hand drive wagon. If you guys did, be sure to leave a thumbs up. And if you guys want to stick around for more shenanigans here on the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. With that being said, thank you guys for watching.